All right, to next weather now. During this newscast, a friend of mine, Dani in Burbank, sent me a text message asking, is there another fire in the Burbank area because they can smell the smoke? The answer is no, it's not a new fire. This is from the Simi Valley fire because of the changes in the wind, right?
Yeah, since the wind shifted out of the west, now it's taking all of that smoke, pushing it off to the east. So stretching from Ventura County into now the San Fernando Valley, into the San Gabriel Valley.
We can actually smell it here in studio as well.
Exactly. I know, Juan, you just walked in, you're like, I can smell the smoke right now. So if you're noticing that, it's not another fire. It's all from the Sandy fire that's burning in Simi Valley. We've got a lot to talk about. I'll show you exactly where the smoke is and where it's going to be moving. Take a look at our highs today. It was a windy and warm day, back to the 90s in some areas. We hit 91 in Chino, 90 in San Bernardino. Look at downtown LA, 86 degrees. It's those offshore winds warming us up significantly here in Southern California. And that's going to continue going into tomorrow, though the offshore winds are not going to be as strong. That's good news. But as Juan mentioned, winds have shifted here in Southern California. Here's a look at our current wind gusts. I want to zoom you into the Sandy fire, where we're looking at things getting better in terms of relative humidity. Look at these arrows. Now they're coming from the southwest, 15 to 20 mile per hour wind gusts. So they're a little bit less than earlier today. Over towards the Bain fire in Jurupa Valley, they actually saw a little uptick, wind gusts between 20 to 25 miles per hour. Relative humidity is still pretty low, right there near 15 to 20%. But this onshore flow, you can see those arrows going from the ocean to the land. This is going to help our relative humidity rise, which is what we want. Now let's take a look at our smoke. That blue that you're seeing, it's light smoke. So we're looking at widespread smoke here in Southern California. I'll zoom you in. Those brighter colors that you're seeing, this is that thicker smoke that we're seeing, that plume of smoke stretching from the Sandy fire over towards Simi Valley. But because those winds are coming out of the west, it's taking that smoke and it's spreading it through the San Fernando Valley into the San Gabriel Valley. So all of these areas, Burbank, Glendale, up through the mountains, it is smoky right now. You might be inside your home smelling that smoke. Now going into tomorrow, we're going to stay hot and dry. Another day in the 80s with some lower 90s out there. But that onshore flow is back on Thursday. And this is what we're hoping for. This is going to pull in those morning clouds. It's going to cool things down, and it's going to help add some moisture to the air, slightly cooler going into the weekend. Let's take a look at the timing of the winds. Still breezy going into tonight, but late tonight into early tomorrow morning, those winds are going to start to die down. Weak offshore flow, 9 to 10 a.m. Wednesday. Then lots of color on your map. This is a stronger sea breeze. So of course it is pushing the fires in a different direction, but this is going to add that moisture to the air that we need. We normally have those three ingredients. It's the heat, it's the wind, and it's the relative humidity being super dry. And that's going to increase going into tomorrow, the relative humidity. 89 tomorrow over into Ontario. It's going to be a toasty day, but by the weekend, slightly cooler. We'll see highs in the lower 80s here in Southern California. We've got 50s to start the day. We get to the afternoon, and it's another toasty one. Highs above average, 80s with some lower 90s. Look at the Inland Empire, 90s there, 88 over into Burbank. Now let's take a look at something different. I want to pull up a map for you of California. And let's talk about our CPC precipitation outlook map. And you can see a little bit of light green across California. This is for the next 2 weeks. And this is indicating some signal that we could have a little bit of wet weather headed our way. This is a ways out. This doesn't mean we're actually going to see that, but it does mean that there could be some good changes coming our way. Let's take a look at the next 7 days. Cooler this week and Memorial Day weekend, 70s. We're going to see onshore flow and lots of May gray out there, morning clouds. And those clouds may be stubborn, pushing all the way into the valleys. Upper 80s Wednesday, Thursday, lower 80s going into this upcoming weekend. We're dry for the Memorial Day holiday. Inland Empire, look at this. We've got 80s for the rest of the week. Still warm going into the weekend, slight cooling for our Friday. Our beaches will be in the 70s. Those clouds might be stubborn, but you can see warmer Wednesday, Thursday with slight cooling going into our weekend, and we'll see some moments of sunshine. It was a great day to be outside in areas seeing the sunshine today. Next weather in South LA today, highlighting a special after-school program hosted by the LA County Sheriff's Department. This right here is the Ermis Youth Center, one of multiple sites where the Sheriff's Youth Foundation hosts free after-school programs. From sports and crafts to tutoring and leadership skills, students can get it all here. Deputies say the goal is to create a safe space for kids and to bridge the gap between law enforcement and communities. We spoke to a volunteer who was once a student in this program.